Okay, now today we're going to look more closely at throwing knees from a plumb position and some details on how to keep that position as you're throwing knees. The first thing is you need to realize, and it depends partly on what you have in your hands, if anything at all. If you have big, bulky gloves, then certain grips are not going to be an option. Even with 12-ounce gloves, it's hard to hold certain grips. But with these MMA gloves, you can pretty much choose any grip you want. But really, it amounts to three options. You can do palm over palm. You can do palm above palm. Both hands are on the head regardless. I don't grab the neck. I don't let any pressure go on the shoulders and his upper back because that's not going to affect his spine. His head is the lever against the spine. I need to pull him off balance and out of posture. So palm over palm, palm above palm, or hands clasped together. In every case, I'm squeezing my elbows together, so almost like I'm choking him from the side. He should feel like he's being strangled from the side. That's the kind of pressure. What this means is his head can't go that way. It can't pull up and out. It can't go to the sides. He can only go forward and in. And that's right where I want him to go with his head. All right, so you're giving him only one direction to go, which is no really good direction at all, is forward and down. He cannot back out of it. If he tries to back out with his base, and he's leaving his head behind, his head goes down, and then these knees that are going to his ribs and his stomach, they're going up to his head and his chest. All right, and he can't really take those kind of shots. What this means also is that since he can't back out, he tries to come up and in to get his head back up. Every time he does this, that's when I bring him off to the side in this jerking motion. As I'm squeezing, again, I feel my forearms pressing in against his neck. My elbow pushes against his chest. So as he's coming up, I bring him off balance. And at that moment, you notice he's going away from my left leg. That's giving me the space to throw the knee with that leg. When you throw the knee, you're going to torque your body a bit and throw it forward. You punch forward with your knee. You don't knee upward. Okay? Because when you knee upward like this, if he pushes into you, you're off balance. It also doesn't have the kind of impact you want. You have to look at the surface you're aiming for. Hitting it this way is better than glancing and coming upward. All right? So another thing is once your knees get up much past your hip, not only can he snatch takedowns, snatch a single and put you down, but also, again, there's your balance and following it up, getting your stance back and your balance back. Because what I maintain is that throwing knees is really all about body control. All right? What I see people do when they first learn to throw knees is they're in a hurry. They grab the guy and they throw the knee. Sometimes you can sneak a quick knee in there. It may not be your strongest knee, but you feel like the quickness of it is what made it land. It turns out that you shouldn't really be in that big of a hurry. Once you've got him, he's going to be there for another second or two or longer, and you can move him around and set up that knee with power so that the two of you collide. Your knee and his body collide. You're pulling him in as you're throwing the knee, okay? His head starts here, under my chin, but as I'm throwing the knee, his head slips into this pocket right against my left side of my chest and shoulder, and that's when that knee is going in. All right, just boom, you punch with the knee as you jerk his head in, okay? And so we work in this fashion. He's trying to get it. And this is how, really, for now, he's kind of playing the guy that's getting hit. It becomes another game altogether when he's fighting for his arm position, fighting on the inside. And then I have to deal with that on another level too, where I may have to go to the bicep and then hold his head and I can throw knees. This prevents him from pulling my head down. Because if we both know what we're doing when it comes to a plumb position, we're both trying to pull each other's head in and get the head down. Because he knows as well as I do that if he gets my head down, I can't throw knees. All right, and then I'm in trouble as well, okay? And that lends itself also to counter clinch options that you would look at, which we're not going to look at just yet, but mainly right now, just the finer points somewhat of where my arms are and what kind of pressure I'm putting on him, and what it means for him to try to get back his posture, and then for me to bring him off again as I set up the knee with the rear leg. The last thing I'll say is really with rare exception, you're going to throw the knee from the rear position. It's like this, boom, from there. You bring his head off the side, boom, you're throwing the knee forward from the rear position. There are occasionally situations where off of the boxing combination, you might just skip, boom, and throw the knee off the lead leg with this skipping motion. You can get him with a sharp shot that feels about as hard as a boxing punch to the body, maybe a little sharper. But you'll throw that only when you see the opening for it, and that's kind of skipping in from the boxing range. Otherwise, when you have his head there, you're going to throw knees from the rear position, the leg that's set up to deliver the most power.